burned at the stake, but make no mistake, even though they died, they still fill me with pride.
The witches of Salem, every night I hail them for chipping away at the patriarchy. They set the stage for the feminine mystique.
The 1690s were no joke. Despite the influence of religion, they weren't all pious folk. While young men remained the priority, girls began to seek more for you and for me.
They sang and danced and they wanted to learn, but the world equated sin to what they yearned for. And even though they ultimately faced their killer, we still read about them thanks to Arthur Miller. DJ, spin that. Biggie, 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 can't you see? We wouldn't be the same without the 90s. Minimalism, boomboxes, guideline or two. Baby, one more time, Britney, the 90s, thank you.
Only 90s kids remember, but so do we. That's how much this generation impacted me. Just rolling down the street to the Blockbuster store. If you need movie suggestions, just ask Steve Moore.
For real though, listen to TLC. It wasn't all fun and games, you see. Mothers were crying as their babies were dying.
They got in one little fight and their moms got scared, but they knew for the real world they'd be prepared.
The 1980s were a rocking time. Ronald Reagan sent the nation into economic climb. The teens used the social benefit to make up for the 70s social deficits.
They brought a new age of technology. Hard drives, Walkmans, and floppy CDs. The icons inspired the generation's youth. How to dress, how to speak, and what to listen to.
Blue eyeshadow, leg warmers, scrunchies, crop tops. On the radio, rock and roll and pop never stopped. While much of the 2000s is drawn from then, the teens of the 1980s were pretty uninspired.
They're iconic due to Michael and their jean jacket vests, but as far as meaningful change or acts of bravery, we can't give them much respect.
Bee-bop-a-loo-la me, oh my. The 1950s were a wonderful time. McDonald's, Coca-Cola, and Cadillacs too. Can you imagine a world without these few?
Perhaps we can thank those from the 50s at age 16 for making fast food not so obscene. They watched at the drive-in and enjoyed sock hops on Saturdays, which is why we know Regal and Homecoming today.
Although they essentially created pop culture, some teens of this age behaved like vultures. Gang fights and racism were common encounters. Make social change regarding Jim Crow, they passed their opportunity to be the founders.
While we love that they made popular the hula hoops and pink flamingos, there was underlying strife beneath their light-hearted lingo.
The Civil War was a long-lasting fight for African Americans' human rights, and without the influence of American youth, the war could have been longer, and that's the truth.
The first sign of counterculture shaking the nation as teens spread ideals about the start of creation, that African Americans are humans too, and the country should support them, red, white, and blue.
Though segregation didn't end when they finished the war, it was the beginning of opening equality's door. Freedom for one and freedom for all, and it took for the Confederacy to fall.
But without the war and without this change, America may not have been the same.
America, America, land of the free, home of the brave. America, America, land of the teens, making a change. Here lay the pinnacles of perseverity. At only 13, they were braver than you and me. Scrapping for food for their dying mom and dad, they survived in a world we wish we never had.
Beyond their instinct to ensure their own survival, they demanded an economy of which they could be prideful.
FDIC, AAA, CCC, FDR knew what the future could be. They survived the Great Depression during the Harding and Coolidge session.
And as if this wasn't enough, they continued to prove they were tough.
In the decade to come, they would show once again their strength and resilience as phenomenal young men.
The Second World War truly changed the USA. They accomplished big wins like the success of D-Day, but they also felt losses like never before, as the Holocaust and Pearl Harbor shook the nation to its core.
We found success through mass mobilization, and it's due to the youth that this changed the nation. Ships wouldn't have been built at this rapid pace without women straight from college taking men's place.
Female crews essential to the country's victory as they changed gender roles in the land of liberty. Rosie the Riveter, an icon in the whole country. Norman Rockwell's painting shows women's necessity of winning the war, getting the job done, because girls, they want much more than just having fun.
Without the young people that stepped up and made change, the country we live in could have become a shooting range. America became the strongest in the world due to the women the striped flag can proudly whirl.
The 1920s were a brand new time, and that's what I'm about to spit in this rhyme. Hens became shorter, women wore rouge, dancing through the town, influencing the youth.
Girls could be shop clerks earning that money, riding through the town with their very own honey. We can't leave out the Harlem community, expressing a message of peace, love, and unity.
The Harlem Renaissance gave us art, jazz, and more, with the words of Langston Hughes knocking on freedom's door. Biggest of all, folks took the wheel, rolling through the streets in an automobile.
The 20s were a time of sparkle and pizzazz, poetry, fashion, and all that jazz. America, America, land of the free, home of the brave. America, America, land of the teens, making a change.
The youth of this next time were amazing, bar none. You know the founding fathers, but what about their sons? Strikes and rallies in the name of being free. Now we've reached the 1770s.
Winning the war full of fear, blood, and hunger. Many Declaration signers were 35 or younger. And all of these names going down in history, who gave knowledge and pride to make land that's truly free.
Deborah Sampson was 15 and she could have died in battle. These kids barely up the crib, barely done with dolls and rattles. The sons and the daughters of liberty joined to fight, just to fight for you and for me.
They were children too, the same as any of us, but they had planned a mission and said we'll fight if we must. America, America, land of the free, home of the brave. America, America, land of the teens, making a change. America, yeah. America, yeah. America, yeah. America.
Now here is the time for our number one choice. These amazing human beings who use one united voice to teach us all a lesson what it means to be free. The civil rights heroes of the 1960s.
Dr. Martin Luther King, we owe you the world. You spoke peace while the flag of justice unfurled. He spoke of justice, but always hand in hand with peace. For his little MLK, Dexter, Yolanda, and Bernice.
Inspiring this incredible activist youth, and we look back today knowing they spoke the truth. Boycotts and sit-ins, these teens protested with pride, choosing to walk instead of taking a bus ride.
These teens were the pinnacle of what America should be, making our nation at last truly free. America, America, land of the free, home of the brave. America, America, land of the teens, making a change.
And with that, we end our journey through time.
We hope you've enjoyed our rhythm and our rhyme.
Now it's time to finish this presentation.
'Cause now it's our time to change this nation!